Hey, what up, what up, what up? All right, so today we're going to talk about confidence. All right, and so let's kind of define that and then give you kind of a 1-2 of ultimately how it could be more useful to you, how you can gain more confidence with basically a two-step method. So let's begin with that. So, confidence, let's define that first, and we're going to go over to, let's go over to just Google real quick. Confidence. Let's get a quick definition. All right, so confidence is defined here as the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. Firm trust. It says some little synonyms there. It says trust, belief, faith, credence, conviction. All right, self assurance. You got self confidence, self reliance. So, and anyway, I think confidence is really just a really a firm belief or knowing in the outcome. All right, knowing what's kind of going to happen before it happens. You have a confidence, right? So, what does that mean for you? Why is that even important? I think it's always important that you operate with a level of confidence when you're trying to build a business, create products, create services, discuss those products and services, communicate those products and services to the marketplace. You want to do all those things with confidence. And the way that you can kind of go about doing that is by having confidence. So, how do you do that ultimately? How do you have confidence? Simple. You either know or you don't know. And the faster that you can identify whether or not you know something and you can immediately take action, or whether you don't know it and you can have an actual plan of what you're going to do when you don't know something, now you position yourself where it doesn't matter what happens. Either you know exactly what you're going to do because you're familiar with something, or you don't know what you're going to do, but you have a already pre-made plan of how to handle things when you're in that unknown territory. So I think that's the most important thing that you can do when you're trying to develop or become more confident. It's just simply knowing when you know and knowing when you don't know. So if we go down here and let's say we know how to tie our shoe, right? Or what's 2 plus 2, right? You can answer that pretty quickly, right? Because, there we go, because you're confident, right? You're confident. You can answer that pretty quickly. You can get right to the answer. If you're familiar with your business or or your product or service, you can talk about it. When you're knowledgeable, you can talk about things very confidently, right? Let's talk about when you're not confident, right? When you don't know something. What you don't want to do is lie or embellish the truth. You don't want to stain your name because you're kind of shooting from the hip too much, or you're just you just know you don't know what you're talking about, or that you're unfamiliar with the subject. You don't have to lie at all. You don't have to be super overly intelligent, or just super smart. Like you have to humble yourself to know that you don't know everything. You don't have all the answers. It's totally cool that you don't have all the answers. I just want to make sure that I'm encouraging you. You have to be able to handle knowing things and not knowing things. The difference is that when you don't know things, is to have a plan to deal with the unknown. That's where the confidence. That's where this full circle of of uh, of confidence for you is going to come from. You can be confident all the time because you have a plan for knowing and not knowing. So let's say you don't know what the I don't know what the square root of 842 is. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, what's the plan, right? If you already can kind of create a plan for yourself, and this is just a mental plan in your head of, okay, do I need to ask a question? Do I need to ask a certain person? How do I respond to a person How do I respond to a person if it's a scenario where I'm getting a question or I'm being asked something and I don't know it, right? How do I respond to that and still get them what they need, but while I don't know the answer right at that second, right? So it might be as simple as, hey, if they ask you a question you don't know, oh, okay, look, I'm going to get back to you on that question. I don't know the answer right now, but let me find it out and I'll come back to you and get you the answer. You can kind of confidently tell the person that, and that's a whole lot better than just, lying or telling them something that, that you're unsure about. You want to instill confidence in them that you know kind of what you're doing. As a leader, as an entrepreneur, you want to give people the impression, and you want this to be the truth about yourself. You want to know this internally about yourself, that you can handle things, that you're confident, that you know what you're doing, right? That sort of confidence and leadership is attractive to people. So take that information, make sure you utilize it. Again, there's two things you need to do: know what you know and know what you don't know. And for what you don't know, develop just a mental plan to be able to handle those things, whether they're questions. How are you going to react when you don't know? How are you going to react? How are you going to seek the answers that you don't know? Know that ahead of time, and that's the plan that you're knowing. How are you going to react to situations when you're unfamiliar, when you're on uncharted waters, right? Just kind of have a plan, just a mental plan of how you want to approach those things. If you do those two things, if you know and take action, and then don't know but have a plan, you'll be a lot more confident in the things that you're doing. So anyway, with that, share this video, give me some feedback on it. Tell me if you have any more tips or ways to improve confidence overall. But be confident. You know what you're doing, and if you don't know, you have a plan to figure it out. So anyway, with that, I will see you on the next video. Take care.